Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the propaganda machine. So, we have to spin the block on our Premier League predictions because the transfer window's done and a few games have been played and I'd like to revisit my predictions. So as you can see here, this is what I previously predicted. We had Arsenal to win the league, Tottenham making the top 4, Man United very high. I predicted the fall off of Aston Villa and also Brighton down in 10th, who started the season off well. And at the bottom of the table, I had Ipswich and Southampton, newly promoted sides, with Leicester just making it out by the skin of their teeth, and Bournemouth, the shock to go down. Now, I'm definitely spinning the block. As you can see here, this is the Premier League table as it stands. Man City and Liverpool maximum points. Arsenal and Brighton 3rd and 4th. Brentford started off well as well. And a few of the bigger teams are struggling, like Chelsea and Man United. But it is early days, only 3 games have been played. So I think it's the perfect time to revisit my predictions. So here it goes. Bottom of the table, I have Southampton. Southampton have got off to a horrific start. They look kind of a shambles defensively. They're giving away goals, trying to play out from the back. It doesn't seem to be working. And I predicted them at 19th. Now I'm predicting them 20th. So bottom, Southampton. In 19th, Leicester City. They don't look too good. You don't know what you're going to get with Leicester. Jamie Vardy still scoring goals. He's still going to get Leicester goals, but is he going to get enough goals? Is he even going to get to double digits in the Premier League? I wouldn't back against him. I'd say he would, but who knows. 18th, Ipswich Town. I like what I see from Ipswich, but I just fear for them. I fear for the overall quality. Will they get enough goals? Goals seem like they might be a problem for Ipswich. They don't have a recognised goal scorer. Liam Delap, probably a good player in the future, but at this moment, I don't think they've got enough quality. So the 3 promoted sides I am predicting to go down. In 17th, this team, I believe they are gonna survive by default. Literally by default, only because of the 3 promoted sides, and that is Everton. Everton, they do not impress me one single bit. The other day, that game against Bournemouth, oh my, 2-0 up. How do you lose from 2 goals up in the 87th minute? They are so lucky, and they might not be lucky. I will much rather a promoted side stays up than Everton, who's been flirting with relegation year after year. So hopefully I get this one wrong. 16th, Crystal Palace. I don't know how they're going to get on once Nketiah comes into the side. But at this moment in time, they seem to be struggling quite a lot. and they've got Eze, they've got Wharton, who's a good player. They've got a few players I rate. They even kept Gurley. But I don't know. I just feel Crystal Palace will be struggling this season. They'll probably get 38 points or something like that. Maybe a bit more, but I can't see them going down, but I see them struggling quite a lot this season. In 15th, I have Fulham. I do rate their business. Smith Rowe, Reece Nelson, linking up with former Arsenal player Iwobi and Leno. But their striker, Munez, he done well last season. Is he going to get even 10 goals? Probably not, I'd say. Jimenez, he ain't the Jimenez since he got injured against Arsenal with that horrific head injury with David Luiz. I just kind of think Fulham, they'll be comfortable, and they'll be entertaining. Just not enough goals once again. 14th, we have Wolverhampton Wanderers. They've lost Kilman and Pedro Neto, two key players for them, but yeah, there's just something off about Wolves this season. I don't know what it is. They might pick up later on in the season, but the way they've started and how they look kind of not hungry. Wolves always look like the hungry Wolves. Defenses lapses. They got slapped 6 by Chelsea. Yeah. So Wolves, they're in 14th. My team in 13th, Nottingham Forest. Yeah, Nottingham Forest. This is probably a middle of the road team. They could probably finish anywhere between 12th and 16th. But I just feel Nuno Espirito Santo, he's a seasoned manager in the Premier League and he knows how to get the best out of his players. Chris Wood, he started off well, scoring goals. Awoniyi, we know him, he's always a problem, but he just gets too much injuries. It's those muscles. It's like he's carrying too much weight. Bigger players usually always get muscle injuries. Gibbs White, proper key player. They'll do enough, I reckon. 13th for Nottingham Forest. And in 12th, we have Bournemouth. Bournemouth lost Solanke, but doesn't seem to have affected them too much. Evan Nilsson's come in, he's a good player. Will he translate his form in the Portuguese league into England? That remains to be seen. But they've started off bright and I expect comfortable mid-table for Bournemouth. My team in 11th. Just missing out on the top half of the table is Brentford. The Cramp Twins have started off on fire. They've got 5 goals for Bournemouth. They got 5 goals for Brentford. All 5 of their goals. So goals won't be a problem for Brentford. They seem to be keeping them out as well. So I expect a very good season for the Bees. And that is a team I like. They lost Ivan Toney, but with the Cramp Twins, it was never going to be an issue. And they still got their new signing, Igor, to come back in around December or November times, who they signed for a club record fee of 30 million. So I think Brentford are going to have a very good season. Now we get into the top 10. My team in 10th, is West Ham. West Ham done very good business. Brought in Fulkrug, Somerville, Kilman, Guido Rodriguez. They got players in a lot of positions. Wan-Bissaka. But I don't know about them. How long is it gonna take for everyone to gel? Is Fulkrug gonna adapt to the English football? Because he looks very slow. Very, very slow. But West Ham, they're my team in 10th. Now, 9th place. This is where the shocks start. I predicted them in 5th. Now, Manchester United. Nothing's changed. I was fooled. I kept hearing when the new structure's in place, this, that, the other, we're gonna start cooking. What are you cooking? What are you cooking? You're not cooking nothing. You look horrible, and I reckon Ten Hag will be gone by Christmas. So Man United, they're my team in 9th. 8th place. Another team I predicted higher. I predicted them in 4th to break into the top 4. I should have known better. I gave them a trophy. Tottenham Hotspurs. More fool me. Big Ange in his 2nd season, he always gets trophies. He will get the trophies. Nah, brother. We're going to see you on Sunday. And hopefully, we put more of a dent into that those top 4 hopes and aspirations. They don't look like a massive threat. They got Solanke in, but is he going to get 20 goals again like he did for Bournemouth? Something tells me no. Something tells me Tottenham are going to struggle this season. So they're my team in 8th. Now we go into the European places. The first team is Chelsea. I think I had them 8th or 9th, so not much of a change. But they've done good business in an attacking sense, but I still feel they're short at the back. I don't trust Colwill and Fofana. I don't trust them at the back. Fofana, will he stay fit all season? If he does, then he might start to rediscover his form for Leicester. But there's too much questions at Chelsea. The owners are fighting, and the fans seem to think everything's okay. It might be okay, but I just don't see it. 6th place. Newcastle United. Newcastle, they started off brightly. I believe, is it 6 points I believe they've got? Good start. 2 wins and a loss. Although both of those wins have come at St. James's Park against Tottenham and who's the other team? Southampton. But I just feel with Isak, you just know he's going to get goals. Gordon can be a danger. Harvey Barnes. Yeah, Newcastle, very good side. Bruno Guimaraes in the middle. Joe Linton, a monster. Tonali's come back. They still got Willock. And at the back, they've got Botman to come back. Shaw's not a bad player. This is my prediction for 6th place, Newcastle United. And 5th, this is a real mover and shaker. I had them in 10th, but their new managers come in and they look a good side. Players look dangerous, revitalised. The wingers, that is Brighton. The manager's the youngest in the Premier League. I believe he's 31 years old. And he seems to know what he's doing. His subs make a difference. He could probably do with bringing them on sooner, but I'm sure he's going to learn on the job. Mitoma, Adingra, very dangerous. Welbeck looks revitalised. This is probably he's looking like the best I've seen him. And João Pedro, he's probably been their best player. So I feel Brighton will be good. Their midfield looks good as well. That Baleba, it's quite a powerhouse in the middle. And they got a few players to come back from injury. So I'm predicting big things from Brighton. And they'll probably get their manager taken. Chelsea. Will Chelsea be coming in for their manager? Don't be surprised. If Chelsea come in for the Brighton manager, we just know that they're finished as a football club. Especially since they seem to put all their eggs in Enzo Maresca, banking on him becoming the new Pep Guardiola. Now we get into the top four. The team in fourth, Aston Villa. Previously I predicted the fall off, that they'll be in ninth, but I looked like I was wrong, especially with Onana. He's come in, domination. He is dominant in that middle of the park. 6 foot whatever, scoring goals. He's got 2 goals. I think now him and Duran, giant top goal scorer. So Aston Villa, I predict them to get back in the top 4 again, even with the Champions League. Whether they go further in that competition, who knows? But one thing I'm predicting is Ollie Watkins to soon start scoring goals and Villa to be alright. In third place, so as you can see, the top 3 remain the same, no changes there, and I'm not changing my third place team. Liverpool got off to a perfect start. They look very good under Onslaught, but what I want to see is, can they go the distance? Can they really push for the Premier League the whole season? I don't know. How are they going to react if they lose a game, if they draw a game? All these questions, they will be answered in the next 10 games or so, by the next international break. I don't think that's 10 games, probably like 4 games, 8 in total with Champions League and Carabao Cup. But Liverpool, I got them in third. I said they'll be alright, and they're definitely alright. Mo Salah, he's just Mo Salah. Diaz, he started off like a house on fire. So it will be a good season for Liverpool. Second place. This is where I've changed. Arsenal. I so hoped badly that this would be our year. I proper thought that this would be our year, but yeah, our transfer business, it weren't the best. I still feel that we've left ourselves short, and now we're in the midst of a mini injury crisis in the midfield, with Odegaard and Merino out for a rumoured 2 months each. So things don't look the best for us, but we should still have enough quality to challenge for the title. They've just given Arteta a new 3-year deal, so it's up to him to prove us wrong, to prove me wrong, because I don't think he's good at squad management. I think that is the weakest department of his managerial skills, his squad management. Will he play Ethan and Miles Lewis-Skelly now that he's upgraded them to the first team? Will he make substitutions quicker? These questions will be answered, and he must this season. He needs to win a trophy, and hopefully he does. And in first place, Man City, which is no surprise. Erling Haaland, he's just scoring hat-tricks for fun. He's scoring hat-tricks. He's scoring more hat-tricks than people are scoring goals. He's got 2 hat-tricks. Certain people have no goals. Solanke, no goals. He ain't really played, but doesn't really matter. Xerxes, 1 goal. Haaland's injured, no goals. Havertz, 2 goals. Haaland's got 2 hat-tricks. Jackson, 2 goals. Haaland's got 2 hat-tricks. Watkins, no goals. Isak, 1 goal. The man is scoring more hat-tricks than strikers have goals. There's no way that Man City are not going to be there on the last day. That I know for a fact. And I believe they're going to win the league. Savio looks good. Kovacic, he looks very good. Gundogan's come back. And the defence, it is what it is. If you don't get the ball off them, you can't really damage them. So, those are my predictions. Let me know if you agree with my predictions, and what do you predict? Do you think Man United are going to struggle? Or do you think they'll be alright? Do you think Everton just looks so bad that they will go down? Do you think anyone other than Man City are going to win the league? Let me know. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. See you next time, people. Bless.